Hey you guys, and thanks for joining me on the Board Game Critic. My name is McKay Anderson, and I'm going to be taking you through My Little Scythe today. I would really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. That's really the metrics that YouTube looks for, and it keeps me doing what I love. If there's anything that I can do to keep you doing what you love, I genuinely hope that you'll leave a comment. My Little Scythe is obviously the introductory version to Scythe. If you know anything about Scythe, massive game, massive movements, big art, just everything's big for Scythe. So I was especially interested to try My Little Scythe. First of all, because though I've never played Scythe, I've never really wanted too much because I don't like aggressive area control, beat out your opponent type games. But after playing My Little Scythe, I'm actually very interested to play Scythe itself. Really quick, let's go with some context. I am the father of 4, and I played this with my sons, my 4-year-old and my 6-year-old. They not only were ecstatic about it, but I was actually very impressed as well. It's hard to find a game that will keep the 4-year-old engaged, and he did toward the end get a little bit antsy about finishing up the game. However, my 6-year-old was all in the entire time. There were some cards that I had to read for them and some things I had to explain, so it is a little bit above their comfort level. However, they did very much enjoy the game. I found the premise of My Little Scythe to be absolutely adorable. Your little creatures running around the board trying to make deliveries of gems or apples to the kingdom in the center of the board. There are other ways to get trophies as well. You can get enough friendship, you can bake enough pies. All of the theming of this was just adorable for kids, and I as a parent, I very much appreciated that. The components of My Little Scythe are gorgeous. I mean, the minis are large. You have a board that is outrageous. I mean, I was blown away by how big this board is. I mean, it is a huge board. The absolute table presence of this is unbelievable, which I should grow to expect from Stonemaier Games. They always do components to the nines, but it was a pleasure to pull out this board and just see this massive amount of artwork fill the table. I do love the artwork in My Little Scythe. There are times when it feels a little bit cheaped out, which ironically enough on the cover I think is where the artwork is actually the worst. The board, however, the board is beautifully illustrated. All of the components are high quality, and I really have no complaints with the construction of this game. Actual gameplay of My Little Scythe is pretty simple. Basically, you're moving around the board, you can take resources with you, you can spend those resources in order to upgrade cards, to buy different cards, you can battle other opponents for the resources that they're carrying. There's a lot going on, however, it's all boiled down to a really pretty simple mechanic. So let's talk about who My Little Scythe is for. It's definitely for a younger group, if only from the theming and the general simplification of the rules, you can feel that there is something being held back. So if you are a hardcore gamer, definitely go for the full Scythe. If you have little kids and you want to play a game with them that still feels like a real game, My Little Scythe is perfect. Great introduction to all the world that board games have to offer, and it doesn't feel like a painful thing as a parent to play with them. Overall, for what Scythe is, I think I give it a full 6 pips. Granted, that does not mean it's one of my favorite games and that it's what I want to play all the time, but what it's trying to do is get kids into a board gaming hobby, and honestly, I can see me playing this with some adults even if they're a little bit less comfortable with board games, although it does feel a little bit juvenile. I've never been one to shy away from feeling like a kid. So if you get the chance, if you're curious about Scythe but you're not sure if you'll have the group for it, if you have kids and you think they might enjoy a little bit of an introduction to that world, My Little Scythe is a great option. I really think Stonemaier Games has done a great job with this one. Thank you so much for your time, and I will catch you again on another episode. A little while ago, me and Evan from Being Friends started a podcast. It's called the Better Board Games Podcast, and what we try to do is help people create not only better games and play better games, but also create a better world of board gaming. The podcast focuses on how we can be better people and how we can play board games better and include more people. If you're looking for a podcast that we feel like is really uplifting, provokes some deep thought, and really takes board games to more of an essential level in your life, we recommend you check it out. It's called the Better Board Games Podcast. We would really appreciate your feedback and comments on that, as well, as we're just getting it started, building it into something that we hope is of real value to the world and really makes the world a better place and a better place to play board games.